extenuating circumstances always sounded to me like when the, I'm going to say day bodies, because this was about the time where, like, about the turn of when this turn of the century where I liked them, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what's going on, Elizabethan? Yeah, that's the problem, people in my upper head. What now? I have an extra special circumstance. Yeah, really, what is it? Because here's the thing. I have to deal with all area of lunacy and idiocy and stupidville. Although they don't match what I'm talking about at the moment, so don't get your panties in a ruffle. So I have to speak to them all anyway. I can't dissuade them from coming to speak to me if it's truly important. But it's hard to decipher what's important and what's not when normally you're able to work as a recluse, RECLUSE. You use your own clover and you work Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, just me, NICKLAUS, and whatever. We have no children at that point because they're off doing their own thing, and we work Recluse engine 8-cylinder alone. And that's how, and then we have whatever meetings. And that's how we plan and take care of our own seed. We call it seed money, but then you guys mess up money, so it will, monarch, yeah, again, what words to use, since you fucked up the system. And not my recluses. They know, yeah, they sent me with such a fucking jumbo laundry list of shit to do. Right, and there a man in the store. Right, whatever. No man left in the store. That's what I prefer, but whatever. So, extenuating circumstances, what is it? You understand, like, if their name is in a toilet paper accounting method and it's wet because they've lived already, I'm not digging through there to take wet toilet paper out. It made toilet paper wet mound for a reason. It was useless then. They refused to listen. They're not coming back. I don't even need to speak to them. They were a useless fucking life drain on my society. That's the way that works. So what is it that you have extra special? I mean, I know that you all have this lifesaver account that you think you can bring the dead back. Really? Who told you that? I didn't. What I have now is I have people jumping into a driver's seat while simultaneously here and elsewhere and learning some form of button pushing to buy themselves like a day in a different skin. And then to move a skin tag, I call it, my own skin tag, which was the only thing that was allowed to communicate before, during, and after, with anything, I call you subhuman, but whatever. That's the way that worked. So this way there was only one skin tag, and that one skin tag, being Nicholas and Nicole, could answer for themselves whether it was them or not, and security would be fine. What I have now is I have assholes learning programming and nobody's watching them. We told them they weren't allowed to. They just keep popping up like overnight, like mom and pop shops, doing whatever the fuck they want, not listening to a goddamn thing, because they're just like, well, it's a free-for-all. No, it's not. Nobody ever told you that you were invited into this space age communications industry, information technology. There's more to it. I know you want to research it. You're not allowed. I don't need space labs. I don't need artificial intelligence labs where, like, you have robots and you pretend to give one a viral diarrhea virus and then see how fast it spreads. I already have all those stats. I have you guys. It's been like, what's the severity level? Because for you, it's been 2-3 generations, and like you've really gone off the rails. So there you go. There's your stats. No need to waste money and invent the wheel. It's already been invented. We already have the stats. We already know how it is. That's why we are the adults, and we tell the children no, and we push them away. And if they don't go, we chop their hands off. And if they still decide with a stump, they're gonna like get a prosthetic doctor to feel bad for them and build them more fingers. Then we shoot them in the head and we make sure that they drop, and then they don't exist anywhere in time and space. Then we add them to the toilet paper mound of wet, useless paper that their life has now amounted up to. That's the severity of why I'm here. Now, why you would go with the, I don't even know, like, I mean, I can't even say devil's plan, because I live in hell, and hell is with Louis and Linda, and the two hockey sticks. I mean, that's the way that the words work. It has no symbolic, like, you know, they don't drink blood, and, I mean, all this fucking weird shit you humans come up with. I mean, you really should see who's, like, buying your headspace and giving you some crazy fucking weirdo ideas. Like, not from around here, or whatever you scripted, whoever scripted you. I got a whole nother script completely, and I like where I come from in Recluse. I don't like so much taking advantage and standing in front of stupid trying to, like, now who sent you? Like, I had some fucking Down syndrome flapper. We're all waiting on Starbucks line. I'm standing there quiet because they're everywhere. They're like a fucking infestation of like lice. That like nobody's shampooing the rugs and like combing with the fine tooth comb. No, they're just like, oh, it'll go away by itself. Oh, it's not. It's gross. Anyway, typical them, gets out of her car, sees the gigantic line wrapped around Starbucks, and she's like, did all of you order? Like, yeah, we're waiting. And she walks to the front and like goes, it's one at a time inside, and the guy's like, lady, excuse me, we're all waiting. She's like, no, I know, but I just gotta order first. And the guy's like, you still have to get online. You can't cut the whole line. And it was just like, I mean, the mentality. I'm like, I just sat there so quiet. I'd watch the whole thing unfold, and I'm just like, I'm like, everybody else wants. Like, I mean, this is a typical daily, like, Asian experience over here. And, like, what the fuck, who forgot to shampoo the rugs? And do head counts. So anyway, so then she's like all insulted and walked to the back of the line. The guy's like, and the young kid next to him, around Joe Gorilla's son's age, was like, which is my son Benjamin's age. And I'm sitting there behind them, and I'm like, do I say something? Do I just keep myself quiet? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I said, you know what? I'm going to do the comedy routine. I'm like, I'm going to say something just for shits and giggles, just so I can document that I spoke to a human about this. They can't say that I didn't say anything to them. So I said to the two guys, I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, you know, funny thing. I was like, he's like, well, you know, I mean, I see some of them sometimes go in the front, and, you know, I only learned yesterday that there was a line. I go, oh, yeah, no, I get that. That's not what she was. I said, she looked at the line, and it was like, oh, I know you're all here waiting, but it doesn't pertain to me. Like, you know, I mean, you all wait. I'm going to go to the front because I'm more important. Like, you really don't matter. Yeah, that's what I see in a lot of you humans. Does that. Fucking hate you. So that's what nature brings to the table. You guys are so cultured. Oh, no, you're not. So I said to the guy, I go, no, she deliberately saw the line and walked in front like she didn't have to wait and she was better than everybody else. I was like, it's a personality defect. I was like, clearly she owns it. So he kind of laughed. And I was like, oh. And the guy in front was like, and he was crying. Like, oh, like I said, whatever. I mean, I didn't make her act that way. That's all on her. I mean, I don't take credit for that. My job is just to document how fucking far you all have fallen from some kind of like human that I would save. And that is not anything, I mean, no thanks. That's exactly what has been hurting everybody elsewhere for more than 2 generations, but we'll go 2 generations at least in Dumbo drop of jumbo load of dung, D-U-N-G. And that's what it looks like 2 generations later when I come around. Thanks for cleaning up the place, guys. I really appreciate it.